Hi, this is Paz from Pictures, Noise and Words, and today I'll be going through my ranking of the studio albums of power prog thrashers. Nevermore, power prog thrash, yeah, because they're a bit progressive, a bit power metally in times, a bit thrashy at times. They sort of cross that, in that middle ground where it went totally thrash, but they went totally prog metal. I think the power metal comes from Roald Dane's voice because it's clean, clear, powerful, could get really high. You could easily sing for a power metal band, put it that way. Certainly one of my favourite bands, the late 90s, early 2000s, kept the metal flame alight when new metal was ruling the roost, as it were. It won't be a really long video because we've only got 7 albums to go by. We're not going to get any more, sadly, because Roald Dane died a couple of years ago. A really bad loss to the metal community. I haven't included this EP, but it's really good anyway. So if you've not got the In Memory EP, it's worth a shout, actually, if you can find that. Matricide and In Memory themselves, pretty good stuff. You can find that really, really good, really good. It's difficult to include in this, but I thought I'd give it a shout anyway because I thought it was really good. Right, bottom of the list, and I got to admit, this never clicked with me when I got it, and I've tried several times to get into it, and I just haven't. I think the harsh production doesn't help matters, but when it comes down to the songs, a couple of good ones on there, but just for whatever reason it just does not hold my interest, and that is 1996, The Politics of Ecstasy, with probably one of the worst covers I think I've ever had to see. It's awful, but it's not. The 7 Tongues are good, really good. The Sacrament's really good. Next in Line, Voice Like That. So it starts off really, really strong, but the second half I didn't find memorable, and all the ideas sort of start blending all into one. The production doesn't help, I don't think, on that. But it is heavy, it's brash, and it is Nevermore putting out their stall, because it was the second album that they've done. Politics of Ecstasy is actually quite a good song as well. But now I'm thinking more of it, I think, that's not bad, but it's still the last one I go for if I want to listen to Nevermore. I think, I must give that another listen, and I do enjoy it, not as much as the others. It's as simple as that, really. See, terrible cover. Not that influenced my decision. Okay, next on the list, number 6. It is indeed their debut, simply titled Nevermore, from 1995. Not bad, this. It starts off with What Tomorrow Knows. I think they made a video on that. CBS, really good. Insanity Assassin, Garden of Grey. Really, really good stuff. Produced by Neil Kieran. I think he did Queensryche. And there certainly was some kind of link between this and the music of Queensryche. I think it's because it was kind of progressive. Roald Dane's style was sort of in the Jeff Tate's ballpark, so you can certainly see it. And I do enjoy this, actually. I was listening to it the other day. There's a remastered version on Spotify that's worth having a listen to, because production is slightly clearer, I would guess. I would say on that. Not bad at all. Not bad for a first effort. I guess they were still finding the feet, because two of the members out here come from a rather splendid band, Sanctuary. I had their albums, really good stuff. In fact, there's not much difference between Nevermore and Sanctuary, musically speaking, in regards to heaviness. Yeah. Next we have. Now this has actually come up. This was bottom of my list for quite a while because I just did not like it, and I surmised that was my prejudice rather than it being a bad album. And that is the latest one, the Obsidian Conspiracy. Didn't like it at first because the one before it was so well put together this didn't seem as good. You had 2 covers on it. It's 20 minutes shorter. Not that should make a difference, but it didn't. It felt like the offcuts of the last one, and thrown together, because it didn't represent the 5 years between 5 years work between the previous one and this one. I thought it was a little bit underwritten. However, coming back to it recently, I thought, you know what, I dealt it. I was harsh on it before because my expectations were so high. Now I've tempered them a little bit. I think, and it might warm me. Coming down the years, I might get to like it a little bit more, because I was convinced that the fancier the packaging, the worse the album is. Because you got a little box here with the actual album. Great artwork on that. It's fantastic. And then you get little postcards in it and stuff like that, with the lyrics on the back. Really expensive stuff, and I listen to the music. It's not worth it. Music's not worth all the all this fancy packaging. Or is it supposed to tell you the album's not that good, but we're going to make it feel like it's that great. I'm waffling. Actually, this artwork is amazing. Anyone who's played the board game Mysterium, I think actually these cards, it could probably fit into the game seamlessly. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you won't understand. Okay, what's he talking about? It's amazing artwork. Amazing artwork. But I found the second half a lot stronger than the first. The title track's really, really good. She comes in colours. They built the wall. Really strong. The Blue Marble and the New Soul is really good. So it starts off Termination Proclamation in Your Poison Throne. It's a case of, it felt a bit like Nevermore by the numbers, and that's what I get from the first half. But the second half I find a lot stronger. And I say give it a couple of years and it might have gone up the list. Now I'm not as harsh on it as I was. Okay, what are we down to? Top 4? Top 4. It is 2000s. No, it's not. 2003. Have I got these mixed up? 2000. 2003, sorry. Enemies of Reality, anyway, there we go. Now, this is very interesting, because I remember this coming out and getting it and going, the songs here are really good, they just sound really bad. It was originally produced, mixed and mastered by the guy who did Queensryche, Kelly Gray, that's it. And it was awful. It was awful. It was like sticking the album on and then putting earplugs in your ears and a hat over that goes over, beanie over on your head that covers your ears as well. And you're playing it in the other room. It's like muffled. All the top end had gone. There's no bottom end to it either. To the point where I think there were so many complaints thinking this album's really strong, it doesn't come across as that well because of the production, that they took it to Andy Sneap, who did his magic on it. And if you can get the one that with this cover with the sort of negative effect rather than the other one, this is the Andy Sneap remix one, and it's well worth your money. Some great songs on here. Enemies of Reality is brilliant. Ambivalent, Never Purify, which is my favourite one. Tomorrow Turn Into Yesterday, I Voyager, really strong stuff. Only 9 songs, but what great 9 songs they are. I'm trying to avoid the Kelly Gray one. Go for that one. I'm not sure which one you can get. I think the Kelly Gray one they might stop printing it. Either way, try and get that one. I got this one recently. I got it for £5 initially because I sent off for it, and then I've lost that, so I had to buy it again, and I got this this one for £3 in a proper CD jewel case and stuff. Yeah, worth it. In fact, this might be the version that's on Spotify. Get that version. We're on top 3. 3 and 2. There wasn't much in 3 and 2. Number 1's always going to be my number 1. But I had to make a decision, and I love this one. This is 1999's Dreaming Neon Black. I don't think it's everyone's favourite, but this is a concept album. But I loved it. I still do. The way it flows together, the pacing of it, some great fast tracks on here as well, with a superb pseudo ballad at the end called Forever. That's wonderful. Poison God Machine, Fall to the Flesh, Dreaming Neon Black's really good. I Am the Dog. It was all the promise of the Politics of Ecstasy album fulfilled in this for me. Production not as quite as harsh, but it's still damn heavy. And Warrell Dane sounding fantastic. Played it to death when I first got it. Still play it every now and again. When I do want my Nevermore fix, this does come out fairly regularly. Fantastic. Right, number 2. It is. What's the date on that one? 2000s. Dead Heart and Dead World. Brilliant stuff. Narco Synthesis. We Disintegrate. Inside Four Walls. Great song those. And then River Dragon Has Come. Fantastic. The Heart Collector. Enemies Effect. I just listed great songs here. And the title track, Dead Heart and Dead World, is a belter. I think is that the one where it sort of speeds up? Am I thinking the wrong one? Anyway, yeah, well worth it. Well worth your money if you like metal with great shredding from Jeff Loomis. What an amazing talent he is. Great vocal, great production. I think this is Andy Sneap again. This is well worth your money, and a good entry point for Nevermore. In fact, these two are good entry points for Nevermore because you've got better to come, in my opinion. So there's not much bad in Nevermore's discovery at all, to be honest. It's basically been another gush fest. Yeah, there we go. Dead Heart and Dead World, fantastic. And I think this has got a cover version of The Sound of Silence. It's the Art Garfunkel one, I think. But they thrashed it up. And my number 1 just had to be This Godless Endeavour. What an amazing album this is. Still love it to this day. There's no 1 week moment on this at all. It's over 60 minutes, 65 minutes. And this is why the Obsidian Conspiracy was a bit of a letdown, because this seemed they threw everything at this and it works. And whereas the one that followed it felt like we've got to complete a contract for the record company or something. That's what it felt like anyway to me. But stuff like the title track is amazing. Some amazing guitar work. Sentient 6, Born, Final Product, My Acid Words, Bittersweet Feast. Oh, just great songs. Sell My Heart for Stones is one of my favourite pseudo ballads, and it's not really ballads, just a slow, melancholic, doom thrasher type of song. Absolutely fantastic. If you've not got that, this is as good as metal gets, I think. One of the standout releases in the whole since 2000, I think, and it should be in every metal fan's collection. I think the only sticking point would be Warrell Dane's vocals. Not everyone was a fan of just the tone and his delivery, but I loved it. I think hit a sweet spot for me. This album sounds great. Andy Sneap again. It's clear. It's crisp. What more can you say? Get it now. So there you have it. Nevermore. Got a couple of Nevermore t-shirts somewhere. Went to see him. I've seen him a few times. But I went to see him up in Bradford, I think it was. Bradford Rios. And who else was in? Juice Scented and Mercenary, I think, were on the same bill. Mercenary, met them after the gig. But Nevermore, they were selling the t-shirts on for £10 each. If they sold, like, if they were charging £16 to £18 as it was at the time for one t-shirt. Probably wouldn't have got one, but because they're selling at £10 each, I got two. So they made more money out of me than they would have done if they hadn't charged them so less. So there you go. Anyway, there you go. That was Nevermore. One of my favourite bands over the last 20 years. I think they're absolutely brilliant. Great musicians, great ideas. A fairly unique voice in Warren Dane. Yeah, so thoughts down below. Love to know what you think of the Nevermore. And see you again soon. Bye bye.